90% of your problems aren't actually problems. They're symptoms of one problem. And that one problem has a solution so simple you'll think I'm lying. You have problems with your health, problems with your finances, problems with your relationships, problems with your career, problems with your mental state. Different problems, right? Each one needs its own solution, its own strategy, its own approach. Wrong. Before we dive in, if you want to unlock your potential and rewire your mindset, hit subscribe to NeuroReset and give this video a like. That way you won't miss any strategies to boost your productivity and personal growth. Here's what nobody tells you. Most of your problems aren't separate issues. They're different manifestations of the same root cause. And once you fix that root cause, 90% of your problems disappear without needing individual solutions. That sounds impossible, but by the end of this video, I'll prove it to you with science, show you exactly what the root cause is, and give you the tested framework that actually works. Let's start by destroying the lie you've been sold. You've been told that life is complicated and your problems require complex solutions, that you need different strategies for different areas, a fitness plan for health, a budget system for money, communication techniques for relationships, productivity hacks for work. So you collect solutions, you read books, watch videos, take courses, try systems. You become an expert in self-improvement theory. And somehow nothing fundamentally changes. You know what to do, you just don't do it. Or you do it for a week and then stop. The problems remain. Here's the reversal that changes everything. Your problems aren't knowledge problems, they're execution problems. And all execution problems stem from one issue. You don't follow through. That's it. That's the root cause of 90% of your problems. Not lack of information, not lack of opportunity, not lack of talent, lack of consistent execution. Think about it. Your health problems. You know you should eat better and exercise. You just don't do it consistently. Your money problems. You know you should budget and save. You just don't follow through. Your relationship problems. You know you should communicate and be present. You just don't do it reliably. Different symptoms, same disease. Inability to consistently execute on what you already know. Dr. Philippa Lawley at University College London studied habit formation for years. Her research revealed something most people don't want to hear. The average person fails to maintain new behaviors 95% of the time. Not because the behaviors are wrong, because consistency is hard. You don't have 90 problems. You have one problem showing up in 90 different ways. And that problem is that you can't maintain consistent action over time. Now, here's where most people get defensive. They say, but I am disciplined in some areas, and that's true. You show up to work, you pay your bills, you maintain certain habits. But those are externally enforced. Your job requires you to show up or you get fired. Bills have consequences if ignored. The discipline you're proud of isn't really discipline. It's compliance with external pressure. Real discipline is maintaining consistent action when there's no immediate consequence for stopping, when nobody's watching, when you don't feel like it, when it's uncomfortable. And that's where 90% of people fail. Not because they're weak, because they've never developed the actual skill of self-directed consistency. Here's what you need to understand. Discipline isn't a personality trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained through specific, proven techniques. Dr. Roy Baumeister's research on self-control showed that willpower functions like a muscle. It can be strengthened through practice. But here's the critical part most people miss. You don't strengthen it by trying harder. You strengthen it by building systems that reduce the need for willpower in the first place. The people who seem naturally disciplined aren't using more willpower than you. They've built their lives so that the right behaviors require less effort than the wrong ones. That's the framework. Not trying harder, building smarter. Let me show you the tested system that actually works. This is based on behavioral science, not motivation. It works when you don't feel like it, which is when you actually need it. Step 1. Reduce decisions to 0. Every decision you make depletes your willpower. The more decisions you face, the worse your discipline becomes throughout the day. Dr. Kathleen Vohs found that people who made multiple decisions showed significantly worse self-control on subsequent tasks. Decision fatigue is real, and it's killing your consistency. Solution: pre-decide everything. Don't decide whether to work out each morning. Decide once that you work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. Period. No daily decision. Don't decide what to eat for each meal. Plan your meals on Sunday. Remove the decision points. Don't decide whether to work on your project today. Schedule 3 specific hours per week. No negotiation. The more you can shift from "should I do this today" to "I do this on these days at these times," the less willpower you burn and the more consistency you maintain. Step 2. Make it stupidly easy to start. Most people fail at consistency because they make the first step too big. They try to go from zero to hero, couch to marathon, never reading to 1 book a week. Dr. B.J. Fogg's Tiny Habits research proved that the key to building consistency isn't starting big. It's starting so small that it's impossible to fail. Want to build a reading habit? Don't commit to 30 pages. Commit to opening the book. That's it. 1 page minimum. Want to exercise consistently? Don't commit to an hour workout. Commit to putting on gym clothes. That's the only requirement. Want to write daily? Don't commit to 1,000 words. Commit to writing 1 sentence. This sounds ridiculous, but here's what happens. Once you start, you usually continue. The hardest part isn't doing the thing, it's starting. Make starting so easy you can't say no. After 2 weeks of showing up, increase slightly. After a month, increase again. You're building the consistency skill first. Results come after. Step 3. Track without judging. Dr. Katie Milkman at Wharton found that people who track their behaviors without attaching judgment maintain consistency far longer than those who didn't track or those who judge their performance. Get a calendar. Every day you execute your commitment, mark an X. That's it. Don't judge if the workout was good. Don't judge if you wrote quality content. Just track, did you show up, yes or no? This creates visual feedback. You'll see your streak. That streak becomes its own motivation. Breaking a 30-day streak feels worse than skipping on day 3. You're using psychology to create momentum. If these tips are already making sense to you, just imagine how much more progress you can make by following NeuroReset. Subscribe now and drop a like to keep getting content that will expand your mind and supercharge your productivity. Step 4. Build identity, not goals. James Clear's research on habit formation shows that goal-based motivation fails because goals are finite. You hit them and motivation disappears, or you miss them and feel like a failure. Identity-based motivation sustains because it's about who you are, not what you achieve. Don't say, "I want to lose 20 pounds. Say, "I'm someone who takes care of their body." Don't say, "I want to write a book." Say, "I'm a writer." Don't say, "I want to be successful." Say, "I'm someone who follows through on commitments." Then ask, what would someone with that identity do today? And do that. Every action that aligns with your identity reinforces it. Over time, the behavior becomes automatic because it's just who you are. Step 5. Use implementation intentions. Dr. Peter Gollwitzer's research on implementation intentions showed that people who used if-then planning were 300% more likely to follow through than those who simply set goals. Don't say, "I'll work out more." Say, "If it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 6 a.m., then I put on gym clothes and go to the gym." Don't say, "I'll eat healthier." Say, "If I'm hungry between meals, then I eat fruit or nuts, not chips." Don't say, "I'll be more productive." Say, "If I sit at my desk, then I work for 90 minutes before checking any messages." This removes the moment of decision. Your brain doesn't have to choose. It just executes the pre-planned response. Now, here's what happens when you implement this system for 90 days. Your health improves because you're consistently executing on basic health behaviors. Not perfectly, consistently. Your finances improve because you're consistently executing on basic money management. Not optimally, consistently. Your relationships improve because you're consistently showing up and being present. Not flawlessly, consistently.
Your career advances because you're consistently doing the work that moves things forward. Not brilliantly, consistently. You didn't solve these problems with different solutions. You solved them with one solution: consistent execution through reduced friction. That's why this actually solves 90% of your problems. Because 90% of your problems aren't really problems. They're the natural result of inconsistent execution. Fix the execution, and the problems dissolve. But here's the part nobody wants to hear. This isn't sexy. It's not a hack. It's not a shortcut. It's not something you can do for 2 weeks and see transformation. This is about becoming the kind of person who does what they say they'll do every day. When they don't feel like it, when it's boring, when nobody's watching.
Most people won't do this. They'll watch this video, nod along, and then go looking for a more exciting solution. A hack that doesn't require showing up daily. A system that produces results without consistency. There isn't one. This is it. This is what works. Boring, unglamorous, consistent execution. The people who have their lives together aren't lucky. They're not more talented. They're not more motivated. They've just developed the skill of showing up and executing regardless of how they feel. And they did it using the exact framework I just gave you. Reduce decisions, make starting easy, track without judging, build identity, use implementation intentions. That's the system. It's not complicated, but it requires something most people won't give. Consistency over months and years, not days and weeks. Here's the test. Can you do something small every single day for 90 days? Not something impressive, something small. Read 1 page. Do 10 push-ups. Write 1 sentence. Meditate for 2 minutes. If you can't maintain something that small consistently, you don't have a problem-specific issue, you have a consistency issue. And until you develop that skill, you'll keep cycling through problems that are really just symptoms of the same root cause. But if you can build that consistency skill with something small, you can apply it to anything. Health, money, relationships, career, personal growth. One skill, 90% of problems solved. Not because the skill is magical, because the skill enables you to actually execute on all the things you already know you should do. You don't need more information. You need more execution. And execution comes from consistency, and consistency comes from the system I just gave you. If you really want to shift your mindset, boost your focus, and achieve real results in your life, subscribe to NeuroReset, hit the like button, and turn on notifications. Here you'll find strategies to transform your daily life and reach your full potential. 90% of your problems have one solution. Now you know what it is. The question is, will you actually execute on it consistently enough for it to work? See you in the next video.